In today's video, we are going to be trying to get out of a reading slump and try and read as much as I can. Basically, I'm going to debrief you, but I've only read like 5 books in my life, and 3 of those were Colleen Hoover books. And I feel like that has actually gotten me into a reading mood. A few years ago, when the It Ends With Us book came out, and that was like really viral, I read that and I actually loved it. Like, if you're into romance and you like romance books and you've never read Colleen Hoover, I'd definitely say start with that, because that is amazing and it set me off on like a Colleen Hoover book mood. I read Confess afterwards, and I've just read Ugly Love, and I've always wondered, how are people readers where they just never get off a book and they're just reading all the time 24/7 no matter where they are. I've always thought, like, how do they like reading so much? Like, it's so boring. Anyways, the second half of this Ugly Love book, when I tell you I was stuck to this book, like, I never imagined myself to be this much of a reader, but I was like 24/7 reading, like throughout the airport, at home. Like, I'd go to bed really late because I was reading this book and I wanted to finish it and like hear what happened next. Like, I was stuck to this book, and now it's got me in such a reading mood where I just want to find another good book now and read. So I've been doing loads of research on some books to read and trying to figure out like what genre I want to go down next. Obviously, the easiest option is to go to a Colleen Hoover book, which I know I love. I know I like Colleen Hoover. Like, all of her books have been good so far, and I've heard that like there's a few ones which I kind of want to read. And because I'm at the beginning of my reading, I'm like, I don't want to do like a new romance author and then not like it as much. Like, I'd rather read all of the Colleen Hoover books first and then go into like a new author, if that makes sense. So my plan for today is we're going to go to a coffee shop, we're going to have some breakfast, we're going to have an iced coffee, and we're going to research what book we want to read, and then go to Waterstone's bookshop and find some new books. And then I'm going to try and read this book as much as I can and update you guys how it's going, basically. I also don't have a bookmark yet, and I feel like now I'm getting more into reading. It'd be quite fun to get a bookmark or like make one. So I think that's something I'm going to do as well. I want to make like a cute little bookmark. I'm going to search on Pinterest for some inspo, but yeah, first things first, we need to get a new book. So let's go to a cafe now. I made it to the cafe and got an iced vanilla latte. I usually get caramel, so switching it up a little bit. I've been doing some research on what book I think I want to get, and I've written down a list of some reads that I want to read next. So I'm deciding between if I stick to Colleen Hoover, because I know that I like this author, and everyone on TikTok is saying like, if you like this book, you like this book, and you'll basically like all of her books. So I've written down Verity and November 9. If anyone's read these books, by the way, please give me like your opinion in the comments, because I don't know whether I should read these or not, and if you have any recommendations, I'd love to know as well. But yeah, so they're my Colleen Hoover books I'm thinking about. But then with like the fantasy books, I've heard Once Upon a Broken Heart and Fourth Wing are good. I'm leaning towards Fourth Wing because I feel like the story of it sounds good. It's meant to be like, I think this girl goes to college and it's like a dragon school, and then like she falls in love with like the enemy. I don't really know, but it sounds kind of interesting, and I've heard that it's a good book to first read when you're getting into like that new genre. And Once Upon a Broken Heart, I don't know if it's going to be sad or not. I don't know what the story is. I mean, the book looks really, really pretty. It's like pink and everything, but it sounds like it's sad. I don't know. So yeah, I'm so not sure what I'm going to go for. The Fourth Wing book I know is like over 600 pages, so that would take me forever to go through. But then it also has like so many different parts after it. So if I like that, then I can get the other book, like the sequels. I'm so unsure. I don't know if Verity and November 9 would be like an easier read. Anyways, I'm going to drink my iced latte, I'm going to do some more book research and figure out which one I want to get, and then we can go book shopping. I feel like I've seen this book before, like I recognise the cover, but then I don't know if there's just others with like the sword situation, but I have no idea where to look. Like, there's also an upstairs in this bookshop, so I'm going to go up there in a minute, but I'm just like, where do I even start? Fantasy, would this be where it is? I guess so. Oh my gosh, it's literally right here. No way have I found it straight away. Okay, so this is the like dragon school book I was on about. Oh my god, it's such a chunky book, but apparently this is good. And then this is like a 3-part thing, but they're massive. I feel like this could be quite fun because then I'd know what book this would take me forever to go through though. I think I'm gonna read the back of it and then potentially get this, because I'm like, if I get a Colleen Hoover book, I'm thinking to myself right now, if I get this book, I won't regret not getting it. Whereas like, if I get a Colleen Hoover book, I might regret not trying something new. And I have a book at home which I could also read, which is like a romancy book that my boyfriend's mum gave me. So that could be like my backup if I don't end up liking this. Anyways, I'm gonna keep looking here and see if there's any others which I think I'd like. These are the Colleen Hoover books I found. So yeah, I'm gonna have a look. I've read It Ends With Us. I don't want to read It Starts With Us because that's like the beginning to the one I've already read. Oh, Ugly Love, I've read that one. Reminders of Him apparently isn't that good. Okay, I'm just gonna have a look at the options that they do have and then see if I want to get any of these ones as well. We are back from the bookshop and this was actually such a successful shop. I'm so happy that I found the book I wanted and I found it pretty much straight away as well. So this is the book I'm going to be reading. My boyfriend got 2 books as well and I've heard really good things about both of these books. I used to read like at the beginning of me trying to get into reading like years ago, I was always reading like these kind of businessy self-help kind of book. It's way more interesting to read an actual storyline and now I'm like getting hooked on these storylines, so I'm gonna carry on doing this. But I am so excited to read this book. I literally just looked at the first page and there's a map that you can refer back to. I was saying before how this is a book about a dragon school college and then it's like enemies to lovers and there's a main character girl. I don't really know, but this is obviously the world. And then I don't know if this is part of the world or if this is a battlefield or if this is like the building. I guess we'll find out when I read it, but this is a chunky book. I think this is like 600 pages long. It's crazy. And then we've got like the sequel. There's 2 sequel books. I think there's even 3 now. So there's like a 4th mini book, 561 pages long. I think what I'm gonna do, I think it would make it really fun if I can count how long it takes me to read this book and see how many pages I can get done in an hour or so each day. I think this is going to take me a long time though. Like, I don't know if I can get through this. Like, this is basically 2.5 books of what I'd usually read, like pretty much, or maybe like 2 books, but still like, wow. But I'm super excited and I also do like how it has like the picture at the front. But yeah, I think now my next step is to get into this and read. I need to find a good reading spot and lock in. I've also got an iced coffee, which I got from the cafe that I ended up taking away. They actually ended up giving it to me in a takeaway like mug kind of thing, so I need to go downstairs and get some ice in a glass and put it in there. And I think it's time to lock in with this book. Okay, we're at my first reading spot of the book right now. If you've been watching my recent vlogs, you'll know that I'm currently at my boyfriend's parents' house in England. So I'm in his bed right now. But we have got our iced vanilla latte here. This is the one that I got this morning at the cafe, but then I got it in a takeaway cup because I didn't end up drinking it all. And we've got our book, and I think I might set a timer actually. I might go get my laptop and we can have a little timer here and see how many pages I can read in an hour. Okay, hopefully you can see it, but we've got the 1 hour timer here. Got my iced coffee and we've got the book. So let's start reading it. Hey guys, it is currently a week later from when I first got this book and I think instead of waiting until I finish this book to finish a video, I'm just going to finish it here and I'll film another reading series getting out of like a reading slump, because this book is going to take me so long to go through. I think I'd end up posting this video months later, maybe even a year later. I don't know how long this is going to take me to read. But yeah, I've managed to get to page 30. It's actually kind of embarrassing. But to be fair, we have been literally traveling these whole entire week. So apart from the day I last filmed this video reading was a week ago, and this whole week we've been traveling. I think we went traveling on that exact day. But I am really enjoying this book so far. Like, I am remembering the whole of the story as well. I know exactly where I'm at in this book, and I feel like I could explain everything that's happened to someone as well, which is so good. So I'm fully understanding it. There's been a few words in this book where I've been like, what does that even mean? And I've had to search up. Like, for example, if you've read this book before, you'll understand what the parapet is, but I had no idea what that was. I thought that was the name of the dragon, but no, it's something completely different. So I had to search on TikTok what the parapet was, and some people have made some like AI images of what they imagine it to look like, so that has really helped. And especially the pictures to refer back to at the beginning, like the map and the battlefield. Hold on, I'll show you again. But yeah, this is the battlefield, and then obviously this is the map. And I haven't needed to use the map yet, but I've had to use this battlefield image. And if we didn't have that, I would be so confused. Like, I would not know what to imagine whatsoever. But it really helps you to imagine, and I feel like I have a scene in my head now. And yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to read this book. I've been introduced obviously to the main character and some other characters, but I've also been introduced to the person that is the like lovers, enemies to lovers type person. So the two main characters now I know, and yeah, I'm excited to carry on reading this, to be honest. I feel like I'm so glad that I know where I'm at and I'm like understanding the book. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end this video here, but I'm definitely gonna be filming another one of these reading vlogs. I feel like it's been so much fun, and also like a good excuse to try and read loads, which I feel like, I don't know, I don't usually do like a full long sitting of reading a book until I get properly into it, and then I'm like locked in on the book. But I hope you have enjoyed this video. I feel like this is kind of a random video and like not the kind of content I usually film, because obviously I'm usually doing like a week in my life, day in my life, productivity vlogs. This is kind of different, but I hope you guys have enjoyed, and let me know your thoughts on this kind of video style. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video.